What's in the box?
Come on, you know what's in the box.
What's in the fucking box?
Oh, it's 7 on 4K.
SE7EN did this. Gluttony, greed, pride, sloth, wrath, lust, and envy.
Welcome back to HMP. My name is Adam, and I have been working my ass off trying to figure out if this 7 4K disc is worth you going out and getting. I gotta be honest with you, New Line has given us 7 on DVD many a time, from that traditional no-frills disc that had nothing in it to this special New Line Platinum Series edition here and everything, up into the exact Blu-ray and now onto the 4K. But the real question we have to ask ourselves is this worth going out and getting? Why would you need to upgrade? Do you need to upgrade? 7 is a film from David Fincher from 1995, so this is just after doing The Game and everything, and he would, go on to do Fight Club and stuff after this. So this is really David Fincher kind of kicking into gear for what would be the second half of his career, where he would actually be very director focused and everything. His experience with Alien 3 left him cold, and he said, man, I want to be the one that controls everything. He got to a lot of control in The Game, but in 7 they were just like, let David Fincher do what David Fincher gonna do. So the new 7 comes in steelbook form and another form that looks a lot like the original OG Platinum Edition DVD and everything. We'll get into all the different features and stuff. But this looks nice. It's a nice little matte finish here and everything. Got some pictures and stuff on the back. And of course on the inside we have some stills from the movie. So just as a reminder, this only comes with a 4K. You're not getting a DVD or Blu-ray with this, so keep in mind. Now, as far as special features goes, unfortunately or fortunately, depending upon how you're looking at it, we don't have any new special features per se in this. Since the OG Platinum Series DVD and everything, they've kind of kept all of the same special features, which is nice. I'm glad that they keep the special features. I would rather them keep them than omit them and everything. But then when we got to the Blu-ray for 7, it comes with this little kind of inside book here and everything, like we were doing with New Line and certainly Warner Brothers and stuff at the time. It's fine, but again, what this one does is takes all the special features from the original disc, ports them over to here. It's nice we have the special features. It's good to have them. I'd rather have them than to not have them. But you guys have really been giving us the same DVD over and over and over again until now. Of course, you get a resolution bump going from DVD to Blu-ray, but what will be that difference going from Blu-ray to 4K? I would hope, having known David Fincher and the type of director that he is, he would want this to be top-notch and everything. So with the lack of special features and everything, the only thing really new on the 7 4K is its transfer. And I gotta say, I think they've done an absolutely fantastic job with this. I'm glad that somebody like Fincher is behind this and becomes one of those directors who says, I want to make sure that this looks as absolutely good as it possibly can. So there's been a lot of questions as to why this transfer looks so good outside of it being sampled at 8K, down-res to 4K and everything. There's been questions of, hey, is there AI going on? What is Fincher actually doing to this? And here's the thing. I think Fincher is going about this the right way. I've certainly given James Cameron a whole lot of grief on account of his use of AI and smoothing and everything else like that. But the difference is that when you watch Aliens, you can actually see that everything looks so crisp and pristine and new that it's almost distracting. It looks like it's HD. Yeah, there is no actual grain in that. With this, there is actual grain. You still see everything that you're meant to see and not see. The brights are bright, the darks are dark, but a lot of things that you probably didn't see before will start popping out a little bit now, really on account of HDR and a whole lot of that good stuff. I'll actually link a David Fincher interview that he did with Collider talking about the fixes and stuff that they made to 7. I think when it comes down to it, Fincher is basically just saying, I'll use AI and these other things, but only if it actually serves what's going on. His thought is, as it should be, that if you don't see it, that's not a problem. The big thing for Fincher, if he's using AI or doing these other things, he doesn't want you to notice it. It doesn't feel like James Cameron has that exact same ethos. With David Fincher, he wants it to be invisible. And I know he's gonna get a lot of shit from people, but here's the thing, especially since digital, David Fincher has been doing a lot of wild and crazy stuff involving taking different reactions and other weird digital things to people's faces. As much as you guys, you know, think, oh, we should have this take and that be that, David Fincher's doing a lot of wild and crazy digital shit that you haven't even been noticing. There are so many shots in Zodiac that are completely CGI, and you have zero idea. Why? Because David Fincher is good at his job. And that's why this 7 4K looks a hell of a lot better than James Cameron's 4Ks. Because he actually went into it with the mind of, I want this to look exactly how it's supposed to look. And I think that's the big difference. Morgan Freeman's performance is fantastic as Somerset. I will say this though, I think Morgan Freeman has been 65 years old for the last 40 years. I don't know how that man is still alive. Thank you for still being alive, Morgan Freeman. We want you around as long as we can. But man, oh man, he has been on the brink of retirement forever. Brad Pitt's really great. This is kind of where Brad Pitt's really starting to kind of come up in his career and everything, so much so that they weren't able to bring him back for reshoots when they wanted to do a helicopter scene there at the end and everything. And those big helicopter shots, not Brad Pitt. Spoiler alert for 7. I don't know how you've made it this far in life and not actually seen this movie at this point, but we've got to talk about our villain. Kevin Spacey is fantastic in this movie. It's one of those times that we were like just on the cusp of really knowing who Kevin Spacey was. We weren't quite there yet and everything. So when he's there in the hallway earlier, when you hear him on the phone, today we would be screaming left and right, oh my God, Kevin Spacey's here. But in 1995, at this point when they're shooting this movie, Usual Suspects hasn't even come out. Usual Suspects, same year, so Kevin Spacey would be the guy behind the guy, a whole bunch and everything. But with this one, he is just so good. He's so calm, and then when he has to have those outbursts, he's great at those and everything. But him playing off of Brad Pitt there at the end, absolutely fantastic. And it is that kind of gut-wrenching thing that this movie does to you that just continues to work viewing after viewing, because you are put in his shoes and everything. And at that point, you understand where Mills is at. You go through that emotional roller coaster, and you ultimately can't blame him for what he does. Going back again, I really just love the mood of this movie. It moves along a lot faster than I kind of remember it doing in the past for a movie that's very procedural and going from thing to thing to thing. It still moves a whole bunch. Fincher really knows where to place the camera, how to move things. There's a lot of dynamic camera work in this movie that I don't think a lot of people are really going to keen in on unless you're looking for it. Top-notch stuff. So should you get David Fincher's 7 on 4K Blu-ray, if you're like me and you have to have kind of that highest picture quality and everything, at least they're taking the time and doing the due diligence to come up with a decent transfer that at least makes that cost worth it. And at least they have the special editions that are on the original discs and everything. I'm at least glad that they have something like that. It's not as cool as this guy is. This one's got a whole bunch of neat sort of this is pretty cool, but, you know. So that's my review of David Fincher's 7 on 4K. Certainly worth the upgrade for picture quality. It looks fantastic. If you've never owned any of the other DVDs and stuff before, it's a fantastic thing to do because you get all the special features from the previous ones and the best picture quality possible out there. Is there AI involved? Yes. Is it going to be perfect? Probably not ever, but you know what? If you can't see it, is it really even there? Now, I know, leave me comments, nerds. I know you're going to say,
I can tell when the AI is there.
Go ahead, just let me know when it's there. And like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.